my name is Shane and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm so excited. I finally was able to get my hands on the Monistat. This video is not going where you might think it's going. The Monistat Complete Care Chafing Relief Powder-gel. Shane, why in the hell would you have that? Well, let me tell you, on my Instagram, a fellow subscriber of mine has sent me over a video of someone trying to use this chafing powder, follow along, as a primer, a makeup primer. Like the thing that you put on before your makeup. What? At first I was like, I was completely baffled by it, just like I was with like the Silice sponge, any kind of just out of the ordinary kind of beauty, gimmicky kind of things. I always like to be the devil's advocate for. Whether I truly think it's gonna work, I still think it's a fun idea to sit down with you guys and kind of debunk it together. So that's what we're gonna do. So I had gone to the drugstore to specifically pick up this cream, but I also got my hands on a couple of drugstore goodies that I want to try with you guys today. So it's kind of a two-in-one video. We're gonna be trying some new drugstore products as well as trying this Monistat cream as a primer. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. So let's get right into the video. So it might appear like I died and then came back to life just to film this video, and that's pretty much what happened. I have been so sick recently. My daughter came down with something and then I caught whatever she had, and we've both just kind of been a mess and coughing over each other and sneezing on each other, and it's been a lot. So I've been taking the past like couple of days off from filming because simply I wasn't feeling well. But today I'm really excited to get back into the groove of things. I had a couple of things to show you. I was kind of debating on doing a super mini haul, but I figured instead of just showing you the individual products and then jumping into the video, I'll just show you as we go along, because all of these products I'm kind of thinking about using today. But what you guys are probably all here for is this Monistat Complete Care Chafing Relief Powder-gel. I'm a little... The beauty industry, as you may know, can come out with some crazy ideas sometimes. Some are really good, some are not so good. I still have that Silice sponge upstairs untouched in my makeup drawer, but I kind of think that's sort of the fun of it. So today, this one is a little crazy, but not completely out there. It genuinely makes sense. Now again, this is the Monistat Complete Care Chafing Relief Powder Gel. Please don't get the one for yeast infections and try to put it on your face. Girl, that's just nasty. So if you went on Google right now and searched Monistat chafing cream as a primer, you're gonna get hundreds of thousands of videos, blog posts. So many search results are gonna come up because I think so many people are just so intrigued about this. This primer, I took notes, you guys. I'm very prepared today. I called it a primer. This product has been compared to the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, and the reason for that being is they both have the same active ingredients. They actually share three main ingredients. So the active ingredient in this product is called dimethicone. Don't know if I completely pronounced that right, but I know that it's a non-toxic silicone. It's actually a great use for like a oil mattifier, so I'm kind of hoping that if this works, if you're oily and want to give it a try, that is gonna work for you. Me personally, I'm a dry girl, so I'm a little afraid that this product might cake up on like some of the dry patches I have if I don't exfoliate, especially with the winter coming up. I'm gonna get super dry super fast. It's fragrance free and colorless, so you don't have to worry about transferring on your clothing like a foundation would. Let's see what else is non-greasy, non-irritating. Now, I think what kind of drew me most to this was the fact that they were comparing a I think it was like $6 and like 30 something cents. I live in a sales tax-free state, so whatever the price was what I paid for. But they were comparing this to the Smashbox primer, which is $36, which is literally you know, $29, $28 more than this. So if I can get something amazing out of this product, which is what we're gonna try out today, I am gonna be so stoked. I think I've kind of come to a realization where I just want to be more frugal with my money. I am more of like a makeup collector. I'm not gonna use everything that I buy all the time, but if there are certain people that I want to support, or like certain products that I really just want to get my hands on because they're beautifully packaged, or for whatever the reason, you know, I want to be able to go get that, and I don't need to go and buy a $30 primer, a $30 eye pencil, a $30 or $50 foundation. It adds up so quickly, and then you have to replenish it. So it's not like you just buy it once and then that's it. So it gets a little crazy sometimes. So I've kind of been starting to transition. I dove back into the drugstore, and I really want to explore more, and you're gonna see more of this throughout today's video. I picked out some really cool products that I want to give a try. That way I'm not spending all my money on all these high-end products, and then when a palette comes out that I desperately want, I'm not gonna have any money left to go get the palette because I had to go buy a primer and an eye pencil and a blush and God knows what else. So that's kind of where my mindset is, and again, I'm so curious about this product. Right away, this tube, can I show you for a moment? I have been using for a long time the Benefits Professional, and I've been buying this little guy. I don't think I've ever bought in the big tube of the Professional, simply because it's like $30-something, and I didn't want to go and splurge on that, really, to be totally honest with you. So $12, $6. This is 0.25 US ounces, and let's see what this one is. And this one is 1.5. So yeah, let me really quick see how much product is in the Smashbox primer that everybody has been kind of comparing it to, just because again it has like super simple, if not the same ingredients. Not all of them. I was looking at the Smashbox one, and it did have like some seed extracts and stuff, making it all fancy schmancy to make it worth the $6. Let us see how many. One ounce. Again, for $36, you're getting 1 ounce. So you get half an ounce more and a lot cheaper. So to me already, I'm pretty stoked about this. If this actually works, I'm gonna stock up on this stuff because it's been sold out like crazy. I first heard about this from my Instagram. Somebody had DM'd me, someone who watches my videos all the time. You know who you are. Thank you so much. I reached out to you, let you know I got the product and everything. So that's how I found out about it first. And then she had sent me a video showing somebody using this. I watched a little bit of it, and then I decided it was time to try it. So I am gonna pull back my hair real quick, and I love my little light up cat hair. So I had already moisturized my face. So that was a couple of hours ago. Ooh, the leaves are falling like crazy outside. That's what you get for living in New England. The foliage is... We're not talking about leaves right now, we're talking about this. So let's get into this. So it has a little pop-off cap here, and I'm gonna squeeze a little bit out on my finger, and okay, it comes out as kind of like a gel, but as I'm rubbing it, I think the box said something about turning into almost a I think it's gonna eventually turn into a powder, if you think about like chafing with like baby powders and stuff. But it's super silky. It feels really nice on my fingers. It already feels better than the Professional. So I'm going to, oh, I could just apply this to my face. I've never had a primer give me tingles before. This feels so good. This is kind of crazy. Kind of crazy, not gonna lie. All right, ooh, all right. Okay, so my first impression was that it felt so good. It makes my face feel so smooth. I have a mirror right here. I'm wondering, wow, already I can kind of see like my pores diminish a little bit, which is a little bit crazy to me. I'm gonna do a quick test. I'm gonna let this sit on my face for a moment before we dive into foundation. But I wanna do 3 tests with you guys real quick, and that's why I have 3 oranges, because these bad boys have the biggest pores. If my skin looked like that. Actually, it kind of does. We're gonna do 3 tests today. We are going to do 1 orange with the chafing powder with the Monistat chafing powder, and then our foundation on 1 orange. Then on the other orange, we're going to be doing my professional powder and then the foundation. And on the last orange, we're just going to do the foundation because we are trying a new foundation today as well. So I want to see how it works on its own versus with the 2 primers that I'm kind of comparing to each other. So we're going to start with the orange that is just with the foundation only, because again, this is a brand new foundation, so I'm kind of curious about how it works just, you know, over a porous surface. So my friend actually recommended this to me. This is a drugstore foundation, kind of crazy. I've been using the NARS All Day Luminous one, but girl, this one is $50, and because I'm doing makeup much more often, I just want something a little bit cheaper that I wouldn't feel so guilty about using up. This is the Healthy Elixir. I ended up getting the number 710. I kind of forgot. I haven't bought in a drugstore foundation in so long. I forgot you can't really swatch them. So I guessed on my colors, so I may be way off today. But if I am, I'll just go back and return it. But just please excuse the color if it's not a perfect match in this video. I will fix it for the next video. So this claims it's a lightweight, full coverage makeup, which is something that I always personally gravitate towards. This formula hydrates and includes a complex of SPF 20 vitamins and antioxidants, and is oil-free. So the hydrate word stands out to me because, again, your girl is dry, so hopefully we won't have any issues. I just wanted to take a quick look to see if it needs any shaking. It just says apply liberally 15 minutes before sun exposure. Reapply at least every 2 hours? Has anyone ever actually read foundation directions? Does everything say that? I'm gonna give it a shake anyways because it is a liquid foundation. I just have a habit of it now, but I do enjoy the packaging. I think it's sleek. I like that it comes with a cover to try to keep this as clean as possible, and it has a little pump, which is always a plus. I'm gonna take our first orange, and I am just going to apply a dot of foundation. I'm gonna apply a dot of foundation. Oh, I'm applying makeup to a fruit. Where has my life gone? So I'm just going to swirl this around using my fingers. Your girl ain't beauty blending an orange. This is my life. I'm literally... That was such a weird smell. I was gonna say the foundation kind of has... Actually, it's a cosmetic smell, but it's quite pleasant. It isn't overpowering, but you know, smelling this, it smells like a freaking orange, which I was like, girl, I want my face to smell like oranges. I'd be down for that. But as I'm working it in here, I'll show you guys in just a second. You can see that it is sinking into the pores, but not as bad as I would have expected. I'm really hoping that this is showing up well for you guys, but you can kind of see in the middle where most of the product was concentrated, you can definitely still see the pores. I mean, we didn't apply a primer. Again, this is no primer, literally just the foundation. The coverage is gorgeous, and hopefully it's actually a pretty good match. You can see around the edges of the orange, that's kind of where the product really breaks up and sinks into those pores. But without a primer, I'm already quite impressed. Next, what we're going to do is take the next orange, and we're gonna try my Benefits Professional first. I'm gonna take a little bit of this and just apply it again in circular motions. And I can see with this primer that it's immediately kind of filling in those pores and giving me like a smoother surface to work with. This primer is great. It just wasn't working for me for some reason. I don't know if it was just user error, but I was having a really hard time kind of with like caking, and my pores kind of, they were still there vividly. So it might be really difficult for you to see, but hopefully you can see some of the Professional primer. So again, I'm going to take this, and I just want to make sure that I put it right on where I applied that primer, and then using my fingers again in a circular motion to apply this foundation. And this was half a pump. Oh my goodness. So here's the orange with no primer. This is the one with the Professional. And you can tell on the Professional, I mean, the pores are much more blurred, of course, than without a foundation. It's just a little bit more of a smoother surface, which is, you know, what a primer is meant to do. So our last test with our last orange, and I'm gonna compare this one to the Professional primer. So the two primers kind of going head to head. I'm gonna apply my Monistat right over the orange as well, just like we did with the Professional. Already I can, can you imagine if my husband walked in and I'm just like, what you doing, babe? Playing with makeup. Already I can see that the pores are like super diminished, comparing it to the part of the orange that doesn't have any versus the part that does. So again, a little bit of foundation, which this foundation, I think it may be too dark. We may have to go back for a lighter shade, but that is okay. So I'm just going to work this in. This orange right here is the one with the Benefit Professional, and this is the one with the Monistat. I think I applied a little more foundation to the Professional one, which is why it's a little darker. But I must say that the Monistat orange really, really, really did blur out those pores, and it looks awesome. So I'm done with playing with fruit. I want to put this on my face. Let's go ahead and continue with what we were doing. So the primer, or the Monistat, has been sitting on my face all throughout that fruit debacle. So next it's time to try out this foundation on actual skin and see how I enjoy the coverage. Kind of hoping that it's a good shade, just because I don't want to go back, but that's okay. So I'm gonna just use one pump for now to see what kind of coverage that we get, and I'll apply it the same way I do with all my other foundations, which is first dotting it around my skin. And I must say, immediately I feel that it's a super thick formula, so I can definitely, you know, feel the product being applied to my face. But I'm hoping that, you know, once it's all blended out, that it's not gonna feel overly heavy or cake up too much. And taking my beauty blender, we're just going to start buffing this product out. You know what? This actually may not be a bad match for me. Maybe I'm just so used to, because my NARS one I think was a little bit too light for me, or it just got like a lot of color. Maybe I was just used to having a lighter foundation, because this one seems to match pretty well. Alright, we are actually getting some pretty decent coverage. I'm pretty not surprised, but I'm pretty happy with the product so far. Definitely covering up. I have some blemishes up here. It's covering up that redness a bit, and I have to keep in mind that I did only use one pump, so I may just have to use some more product because it was so thick. So I am gonna go in with a second pump because there are some areas that I still need a little bit more coverage. It kind of seems to dry fast. So maybe I would suggest to kind of do an area, like one area at a time, get your cheek done, and then, you know, apply a little more product to the other cheek and blend it out. Some foundations do that, so just be careful. If you dot it all around your face, you might not be able to blend it out very well if it's already, you know, halfway through drying. Pretty decent coverage. Lord, what is that? I'm just getting... There was just some peach fuzzes that were driving me nuts, and it was kind of like making my lip area a little bit darker. I'm just gonna go over that, and I have a little bit of redness still on my forehead, so I'm gonna apply some more product here. I am curious. I'm gonna put a little bit on my eyelids because my eyelids are stained from a makeup look that I did yesterday. Like this hot pink color just did not want to come off from the electric palette. Oh, that actually covered it pretty well. I can see a little bit of, you know, that pinkiness still poking through, but for a drugstore foundation, that covered pretty decently. What I am noticing is that this foundation isn't super mattifying, which you guys know I'm all about my mattes, but I've been kind of gravitating away from total matte foundations because simply they're making my face look a little too dry for someone who's already dry. I'd prefer something with a little bit more of a dewy or just like a satiny kind of finish. I honestly think this was a pretty good color match though, you guys. Maybe I'm wrong. Does this look terrible? I mean, I thought it looked pretty good. My chest is pretty red, but I don't know, this coverage is really nice. Whatever product I had on my hand has already dried, so that kind of confirms my fast drying assumption. That isn't always a bad thing. This has really nice coverage, and I was worried about it feeling too heavy on the skin, and it definitely, I wouldn't say I feel naked. I definitely feel like I have product on, but it's not too thick or too heavy. So for our first drugstore foundation that I've tried maybe in what, 6 years, I'm pretty happy with it, and I am pretty happy with the color as well. I may get like maybe a little bit of a darker shade for when I get really dark in the summertime, but we have all winter to do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue with my face makeup. Like I said, we do have a couple other products to kind of try. Oh, wait a minute. Hello, I just applied my foundation and I was checking out the primer. I just wanna see, oh. One of my biggest insecurities, which it's fine if people know, we're all human. Because I've had bad anxiety all my life, I tend to crinkle my forehead, and lo and behold, I have fine lines now on my forehead. So every time I do foundation, I get so worried about kind of like caking up in those lines and making them really noticeable. But already I'm noticing that these lines have really quite diminished. And I am curious about if you can, let me see. I'm just curious about if you can use this around your eyes, or maybe it's too thick of a product to use around your eyes, because underneath my eyes is where I kind of tend to get, you know, fine lines as well. So just for the sake of testing it out kind of for myself, I'm going to take a little bit of this Monistat and just apply a little bit more underneath my eyes where I really didn't concentrate this. Immediately, those fine lines are reduced. What kind of Houdini? Wow. Damn, girl, you looking fine. What you got on your face? I got Monistat. Wow, I am like kind of blown away about that. Oh, that was awesome. All right, so I'm gonna, again, continue with my face. I'll bring you guys back once we hit a point in my face routine where I have a new product to give a try. So I'll see you guys in a little bit when I have a little bit more done. Okay, we're looking a little bit crazy at this point, but I stopped because my powder is baking, and this is the point where I would move on to my eyebrows. Today while I was at the drugstore, I kept my eyes out for a brow product, and I came across one from Revlon. I have never used it, but it did remind me of my Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil that I love so much. I still have quite a bit of my Anastasia pomade in dark brown, and I've been using this, but I already have very naturally thick and bold brows, so this just kind of made it look a little maybe too intense, so I wanted something softer. So I picked up this pencil, which one side has a spoolie, which I love that in brow pencils, and then the other side is an actual pencil, and I got the color in dark brown, number 220. So I kind of want to do a super quick first impression on this as well. I have high hopes. I really hope that this will work. This was sugar. I don't remember the price of it, but I can tell you right now it was probably half the price of my Anastasia Brow Wiz. So if this works, mama will be a happy girl. So this is what the stick looks like. It says Revlon Color Stay. Is it waterproof? Doesn't say anything about being waterproof. The spoolie side has a little cap to protect it, and then this side, the pencil side, has a little cap as well. Oh, so I do love I do love this brush. So it has a super fine, super angled tip. I guess I'll bring you guys in a little closer so you can kind of see what I'm doing. First, I'm gonna use the spoolie side and brush my brows down. And the spoolie is nice. It's quite dense, so you're easily able to actually, you know, brush through your hairs. I like to brush mine down because I tend to get this weird, like up here on the tail of my brow, doesn't really like to grow hair. So I always brush my brows down to make sure that I'm able to fill that in. I also kind of want to take a look at actually how much product comes in here. So I'm going to kind of use my face as a backdrop here. And I'm twisting, being so careful not to break it. I just want to show you how much actual product you get. And I'll tell you right now, this is so much more than the Anastasia one. Ooh, I could keep going, girl, but I'm already satisfied. Twisting it back down, I'm gonna start filling in my brows. Hopefully, this is a good color match as well. Ooh, it's nice and creamy, actually. It's very soft. So good. I really like the point of this product. The only thing is I can already see myself wearing it down, so this point isn't gonna last long, but you tried, Revlon. You did well. Once the top of my brow is filled, I'm gonna spoolie my hair back up. I don't ever do my brows on camera anymore, so this is... Alright, and you can definitely lighten up your touch. So near the center, or the front of my brows, I do like to lighten it up. Why do I have such a big bald patch right there? That's weird. And just ever so slightly gonna lighten my touch. Okay, I won't lie, a little weird if I'm not like paying attention to what part of the brush I'm using. Sometimes it'll come off a little too heavy or like not in like a hair motion. I'm trying to create almost like little hairs that don't exist in the front. I'm just gonna have to use the spoolie to kind of brush it out. Okay, that looks better. But that is not too bad. This is actually, what the hell? All right, I had to fix up that tail a little bit, but we're looking good. All right, I'm gonna finish up the other brow and then I'll bring you guys back. I think we only have one other thing to show you guys, and it's not even a product. And it's like at the end of my makeup. So I'll see you guys pretty much when I have a full face. We are back and we're just about done. So my lashes are getting tacky and I actually just had to pick up another pack of my Salon Perfect 615s. But today I'm only using one pair of lashes because I didn't want anything too dramatic. I ended up using my Carly Bybel palette and a little bit of my Morphe 35W palette for today's look. I just kind of want to keep it very neutral, a little bit peachy, so I have like a kind of a peachy blush on my cheeks from Milani. I'm gonna sneeze. So as those are getting tacky, I figured I would show you the last thing that we're gonna try today. I'm actually quite a big fan of e.l.f. brushes. They're super affordable and they last quite a while, quite a long time. They will, you know, eventually start shedding on you, but for just a couple of dollars, I'm pleasantly surprised at how well these brushes actually hold up, even through washing. One of the brushes that I have never owned, I do own fan brushes, but I wanted an actual highlighting brush, so that is exactly what I got today. I believe this was maybe $3. This is number 84041. It's a slim tapered brush designed to offer precision highlighting on the cheeks and brow bones for beautiful strobing effect. I can't see, again that word strobing, I can't see myself using this as a highlight on my brow bones because it's too big, but I can see myself most definitely using this on my cheeky cheeks. So I was kind of going back and forth between using the Carly Bybel highlighters or the Becca and Chrissy highlighters. I'm gonna do a couple of swatches. I think I'm gonna use this highlighting shade down here that's called Beach Nectar. I'm gonna take a little bit on this brush, see how, oh, wow. Actually picks up a lot of product. And we will go ahead and start highlighting. Oh, okay. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. I may have used too much. I'll just switch to the other side. Blend it out a little bit. Like I said, picks up a lot of product. But that transferred beautifully. I am really excited about this. Alright, so that was the last thing that I had to show you guys. I'm gonna pop on my lashes real quick. While my lashes dry, I'm gonna go ahead and find something for my lips. I'm just gonna keep it super simple and natural. I'm also, once these dry, I'm gonna add a coat of mascara and go over the lash band with a little bit of my liquid liner as well. So once I have all of that done, I'll bring you guys back and let you know my final thoughts. Alright, so this is the completed look. I'm not like, oh my gosh, my makeup, because this is literally how I do my makeup on a regular basis if I'm not doing anything super special. But I must say, wow, this video was pretty much all about a primer, or supposed to be. I am kind of blown away. The beauty community has once again just did it. I am so beyond stoked that I found a product that I am able to use as a primer without spending a ton of money. Oh my gosh, my biggest concern literally is how do I film tutorials and bring this up if you haven't seen this video already or heard about this? Like, I'm gonna go ahead and prime my skin using my Monistat chafing cream. We'll work on that. I am so grateful that that video was sent to me to try out this product. It took me a little bit to get my hands on it, so don't be surprised if you go to your store and they're sold out. I think they actually have two different packaged ones. I don't know the difference between them, so I really hope that I used the one that everybody's talking about, because it seems to have worked the way that everybody's talking about. But there was like another, like, I don't know, the packaging was different, so I don't know. But I am unbelievably blown away about this product. The other products that I used, the foundation was fantastic. I would definitely recommend if you're looking for a more dewy, not so mattifying, drugstore, super affordable product. Check this one out from CoverGirl. Again, it's the Vitalist Healthy Elixir one. And then the last product that, oh well, besides the brush, which I ended up absolutely loving, the last product was that Revlon pencil brush, and I have no real concerns for it. It definitely did its job. It's super affordable. It was a great color match. The only thing is, after I did my brows, I said, dang, I really wish that this wasn't a cream pencil. At first, I really liked the cream, and I was like, oh, this is awesome, but I wasn't really able to achieve the... I thought my door opened and that scared the crap out of me. I wasn't able to achieve like the strokes that actually look like hair the way that I was able to do with the Anastasia brush. That may just be a preference, but honestly I thought I could maybe make it look a little more natural using the Anastasia, the higher end product. However, you know, after brushing it out with my spoolie and stuff, it definitely lightened up and dispersed the product a little bit easier. So overall, I am really happy. Just so you know, on my lips I just put ColourPop's Aquarius. That's kind of my go-to natural peachy kind of nude lip. But that is it, you guys. I have a big mess in front of me. I hope you guys enjoyed playing with new products today and finally debunking for myself whether this whole Monistat craze was actually worth it, and I am glad to say that I definitely think so, and it's definitely a product that I'm gonna continue to use. If you guys try it out for yourself, let me know what you think. I think my face honestly looks fantastic. If you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and leave a thumbs up on for me. And if you don't want to miss any new videos, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye!